Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. A cruise, a concert, and a court case. Post-separation. I promised in the comments I would write out my story, and I intend to deliver. I'll try to keep this from being a full-blown novel. I sincerely hope that in sharing just how much of a doormat I let myself become, I can spare even one of you from my experience. I'm in my early 30s and she her late 20s. I kind of had a mental break at a fast-paced finance job and decided to take a job at an overpriced grocery store. Boy, when I met her I was blown away. Here is this punky tattooed girl that baked cupcakes for the store meeting, and that was it. The first few months were amazing. Our second date was a concert followed by a trip to the ER. She got knocked over and got hurt. I take her to the hospital, and the whole night she is telling me how no other friends or guys would have driven her triangular flag on post. Well, that night leads to a relationship very quickly. About 6 months into dating, she has this cruise planned that she goes to every year. One of those music-themed ones. I barely hear from her during this time, but figure the ocean has trash for Wi-Fi. Now we fast forward 3 months, I've moved on to bartending. She is in a band and knows a lot of people, so I approach my bosses about her bringing in bands. Should be a great time, right? Well, one of the bands she brought was one her good friend was in. The whole night she is all over me, hot and ready to trot. We get to the end of the night and I take a friend home and plan on meeting her at my place in about half an hour. After 3 hours of my calls and texts, she finally gets a hold of me crying. I was worried naturally that someone being that late at 2 to 3 a.m. might be in trouble. She tells me he tried to kiss her and told her he loves her. This guy's from the other side of the country, mind you. There is a discussion, and a lot, and I mean a lot, of me ignoring details and being a total chum, spoiler that had sex. Now we fast forward again another 3 months. So many signals, so many flags. I finally look in her phone. Something I have since decided that if I feel I need to do, I'll just dip. It's all there, flirty messages, them planning the thing. I confront her and she denies. She's naturally flirty, very extroverted, says that's how she talks to all her friends. All the BS. I'm of course in love and clinging for dear life. When I say roller coaster, I mean from the moon to the bottom of the sea. The highs were amazing. I find out from her brother, his GF, her best female friend, and her gay buddy dude that she told all of them she cheated. I still try. It's a whole lot of up and down. I really don't recommend it. Her story shifts to that she got blackout drunk on the cruise and doesn't remember. The night of the show at my bar, again my bar where I work, was still cloudy at best. I proceed to allow myself to be gaslit, neglected, love-bombed, disrespected, and generally completely lack self-respect for about 1.5 years, person face-palming, fair skin. It comes out that the night of the concert his hotel was across the street from my apartment. By this time I've helped her get a job at the company I was at, making amazing money. Well, she got a big promotion 3 months in and with zero experience, fill in the blanks. To the end now, and thanks for hanging in there. I found out she was a pop-punk groupie before me. We had a blow-up on my friend's birthday. Because of all of the everything, I find my balls and dumped her and the job. She gets hers though, telling me she hasn't been in love with me for a year. Well, that was December. I'm already pretty miserable. I put a lot into that relationship. I liked the job and was finally doing great. I found out about the list of guys, one of them even a singer in a pretty big pop-punk band, like you might own a CD. I'm talking to an old work buddy, and he asks how things are. I clue him in on the situation and he takes it to HR. Well, she did not like that. A few days later I got a summons for a protective order. In the order it claims I shouldn't be talking to her friends or co-workers. You see, many of her friends had come to see how she was treating me like a cat would a wounded mouse. I'm blown away. What kind of breakup goes to court? Court is in February and honestly was mostly a judge wondering why we were there. She gets told this is ridiculous to her face. Of course I hear that on her way out of the courthouse she snapped a selfie with #freedom, from what? A month later pandemic hits. No job, bad breakup, all the wool coming off my eyes. It was a lot. I'm still not 100% okay. There is so much there, and if I listed all the ways I was manipulated and treated, you would all think I was the most gullible chump on the planet. I used to be a romantic. Believing in true love, doing all the things rom-coms said I should. A pure idealist. She is now dating one of her other gay friends, moving in with him even. I was upset about that but now feel like I dodged a bullet. I learned just how blind emotions can make a person. I learned to never accept less than I deserve. I learned to value myself. Mostly I learned that there are people in this world that will look you in the eyes in bed, say I love you, and be lying the whole time. TLDR, GF lied, cheated, lied more, cheated more. I put in all the effort ever and let her walk on me. Dragging it out ruined a career, hurt way more, and a pandemic hit. This last year has been introspection and confidence building. Never accept less than you deserve. No, they don't change. No, it isn't worth staying. It's a one-way ticket to prolonged hell. Mostly I learned that there are people in this world that will look you in your eyes in bed, say I love you, and be lying the whole time. You cut me deep. You cut me real deep just now. Congrats on moving past it all. Whatever doesn't kill you, makes you stronger, flexed biceps. I'd like to think that those people are the minority. Unfortunately they are not. Now for the good news, you will move forward wiser and strong. Take the time to invest in you. Build your body, work history and any other enjoyable hobby. Become the happy confident person you were meant to be. Is it me or do you hear AC/DCs for those about to rock? I'm well on the way. Moved to a new company and am skipping the ladder in lieu of an elevator. Legit, I was hearing my once bitten twice shy because young parents and 80s. You rode the crazy train, brother. Glad you got out because what a nightmare this girl is and will be. So many red flags as you now know. The music scene punk ones have quite the reputation, and even anecdotally, I and some peers of mine could tell you how promiscuous they are. Sounds like a ton of daddy issues, cheats on everyone, and definitely not relationship material. If I were a betting man, she will have a kid with some other guy and be a nightmare from hell to deal with when that inevitably goes south as well. Never let anyone disrespect you again. Glad you're doing well now. Keep reading up on narcissism and wear that knowledge like body armor. In hindsight, worst/best superpower ever, she ticks every box for narcissism. The real scary thing is she explained to one how she honestly lacks the ability to see situations from another person's perspective. Yeah, the flags are a lot more obvious these days. Yeah, funny how when you remove emotion, you can think logically and your judgment and observation skills aren't clouded. She's going to leave carnage wherever she goes, always lying and chasing something to fill a void, manipulating others to get what she wants. It may not feel like it, but you're so lucky to be rid of this person and not have ties to her anymore. Someone else's problem. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night. Wherever you are,